So let's talk about a huge, huge question in the trading world. We have more access to charts, to news, to these incredibly powerful platforms than ever before in history. So why? Why do most aspiring traders still end up losing money? We're going to get into it, because the answer has almost nothing to do with the tools you're using. First, let's just get the hard truth out of the way. Because of regulations, brokers actually have to publish their client data. And what does it show? Well, somewhere between 75 and a staggering 90% of retail traders are consistently losing. And look, this isn't just a bad week or a streak of bad luck. This is a proven statistical pattern that holds up across millions and millions of trades. You know, the high-stakes trader Tom Hougaard, he spent a decade watching millions of these trades, and he came to this really powerful conclusion. He said the reason people fail isn't because they don't get indicators or chart patterns. Nope. It's because they don't understand themselves. The battlefield, it turns out, isn't on the chart. It's right between your ears. So let's unpack that, because it's a big idea. Our brains, they're amazing, but they're wired for survival over millions of years, right? The problem is they are just not built for the modern battlefield of financial markets. In fact, a lot of our natural gut instincts are the exact opposite of what we need to be doing to actually make a profit. And this right here, this is the trap that almost every single new trader falls into. It's this belief that success is just one more indicator away, or one more weekend course, or maybe, just maybe, finding that holy grail system. But Hougaard is clear. The perfect system just doesn't exist. And hunting for it? That's just a distraction from doing the real work. Now check this out, because this is where it gets really interesting. This data comes from a study of 43 million trades. And you know what it shows? Losing traders actually win more often than they lose. How is that possible? Well, here's the paradox. Their average loss is nearly double the size of their average win. So all those small victories get completely wiped out by a few huge crushing losses. And this slide explains exactly why that paradox happens. It's a total emotional reversal. When a trade is profitable, we get scared. We're fearful of losing that profit, so we snatch it off the table way too quickly. But when a trade is losing money, we become hopeful. We think, oh, it'll come back. So we let that loss run, and it just destroys our account. We're hopeful when we should be fearful, and fearful when we should be hopeful. Okay, so if that's the recipe for failure, what's the path to profit? Well, it's about learning to do what feels completely unnatural, what feels really, really uncomfortable. It's about rewiring those deep primal instincts. The legendary trader Charlie D absolutely nails it with this quote. He says the real sign of a pro isn't just letting a winner run, it's having the guts and the discipline to add to a position that's already working for you. Just think about how insane that sounds. Every instinct in your body is screaming, cash out, lock it in. The pros, they've learned to silence that voice and press their advantage. This is something the other 90% almost never ever do. So this is the sequence. This is what separates the pros from everybody else. You get in, the market proves you right, and then you do the absolute hardest thing you can imagine. You add more to the trade. So you have to accept the discomfort. You have to recognize that that little voice telling you to take a small profit, that's a survival instinct, not a trading strategy. You learn to just sit with that anxiety and trust your plan over your fear. You press your advantage, embracing that psychological pressure, because that is where the truly outsized returns come from. Let's look at this side by side. It really all comes down to comfort. The 90%, they are hardwired to seek comfort. They take small profits because it feels good to be right. They add to losing trades because they're hoping to get back to the safety of breaking even. It's all about avoiding pain. The 1%, they intentionally do what is uncomfortable. They add to their winners and hold on tight, not because they're reckless, but because their system has a statistical edge. They've learned to trust the math over their feelings, knowing that real profitability feels anything but safe in the moment. Okay, that all sounds great, right? But how do you actually start doing it? You can't just flip a switch in your brain. The whole journey, it starts with one absolutely critical thing: honest to goodness self-awareness. You have to be able to see your own bad habits before you can ever hope to change them. Tom Hougaard tells this perfect little story. He was tracking his diet and he was shocked when he realized that a little harmless-looking dollop of mayonnaise he put on his food was a 300-calorie bomb. It was totally sabotaging his goals. It wasn't until he saw the true cost of that little habit that he could finally change it. And it's the exact same thing with our trading. We all have these small, destructive habits that we don't even see. And this is why just sitting in front of your charts for more hours is not the answer. As Hougaard warns us, practice just makes your current habits permanent. So if you spend years practicing cutting your winners short and holding on to your losers, you're not getting better at trading. You're just becoming an expert at losing money. So what's the big takeaway here? The real work isn't about finding a new indicator or a new system. It's about holding a mirror up to your own decision-making. It's about analyzing why you feel that fear when you're winning and that silly hope when you're losing. It's about finally accepting that this is a psychological game first and foremost. And that really just leaves us with one final question for you to think about. What's the mayonnaise in your trading? What is that one small, repeated, seemingly harmless little habit that is secretly costing you everything? Is it moving your stop loss just a little bit when a trade goes against you? Is it closing out a great trade early just so you don't have to see it turn negative? Or maybe it's revenge trading after a loss. Find that habit, the one you barely even notice, and you will have found the real key to changing your results.